I spent the night at Second City. Here's what I learned. You may be wondering what the point of a project like this is. Good question. It's a strange time for Second City right now. You said it, me. I mean, think about it. We're on the heels of a pandemic. The thing's up for sale. I mean, the locusts are flying. Make sure to mark your door. And in this tumultuous time, I think it's become evident that security isn't their highest priority. So as a little experiment, a little test, I decided to spend a night at Second City just to see if I could. And here's what happened. I decided to bunker down in the actor's studio because I figured it would be the most secure space where no one would check. After about an hour or two of just sitting around, I heard the janitor make his final rounds, and I figured no one else would come. So, I had the place to myself. It was a surprisingly productive night. I wrote an essay, I read a pilot. So, I just read the pilot for Throwback, written by Nicholas Lundquist, Nicholas Mark Lundquist, to be precise. I dug it, yeah. I even had some fun with trivia. Welcome to the first round of Second City Sleepover Trivia. First question. Who assassinated James A. Garfield? Is it A, Chester A. Arthur, B, Leon Czolgosz, C, Charles J. Guiteau, or D, Dolphus Raymond? Who assassinated James Garfield? Well, it was, of course, Charles J. Guiteau. Whoever said C was correct. Next question. Yet the most exciting part of my adventure came when I attempted to brush my teeth. I think I'm about to do the most adventurous segment of this stay. Lights are fucking on. Dude, this is... What the fuck? They're on. They're like fully fucking on. After my brush with noise, I decided to call it quits for the night. I didn't want to risk it too much. The next morning I woke up and I hopped on Rachel's Zoom class. She noticed how groggy I was, and she was very familiar with the building, so she could tell I was in the actor's studio. So she asked, "Did you just wake up in the actor's studio?" She was right on the money. So, you know, I got into my storytelling mode. I was like, well, it's a long story. And she was like, yep, I don't want to hear it. And she continued on. And that was the strongest enforcement of security that I ran into during my whole stay at the Second City. To future code breakers, bring a blanket. It gets cold.